Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm back today with my Gen Beauty experience video. This video might be a little on the lengthier side just because I have so much to fit into this video. So I'm going to have a haul for you guys as well as my experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly about Gen Beauty, and also just little clips here and there of the different experiences we had while we were there. So it might be a little long. I apologize if you don't like long videos, but you've been warned. Click out now if you don't like long videos. Before we got any further into the video, I wanted to first just take the time to personally thank both Ipsy and IpsyOS for inviting those of us that you did. We had an amazing time. I had so much fun meeting the rest of the IpsyOS family. I have made so many friends and I'll never forget this experience, and I want to thank you so much for inviting me along. So we are at the bus stop. I'm being very quiet because people are here and I feel like they're silently judging me right now, but it's okay. But we're at the bus stop waiting for the bus. We have about, what time is it? I don't know what time it is. Let's go here. 9:38. It's like 9:38. The bus gets here at like 10:15. So we're gonna be leaving pretty shortly. So just want to check in with you guys and make sure that everything's good. You guys see the every angle of this trip, and I'll see you guys when we get to Brooklyn. Actually, I'll see you when we get to the city. So yeah. Oh, by the way, hi Zach. You guys have seen him before, like ages ago. Yeah. It's been like forever since you've been on my channel, but yeah, he's my travel partner for this weekend. We're very excited. But yeah, we'll see you guys in Manhattan. Alright guys, so I finally made it into our Airbnb, and it's actually very cute. It's a basement, I guess. This is to the upstairs house or whatever, but this is what it looks like. It's actually very cute, very quaint. It's adorable. This is the bedroom. Very open, beautiful, love it. Living room, kitchen. You can be in it if you want, Zach. Kitchen, very nice, clean, beautiful kitchen.
I'm doing my own thing.
And then we also have
dishwasher,
a little backyard.
All set up here.
Yeah, I like it.
This is awesome.
It's beautiful. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it to Creator Day, which breaks my heart because I keep seeing videos and pictures of those of you who went and you look like you had an amazing time. And I'm just so mad at myself for not making good enough travel plans for a couple days in advance at least. But at the same time, I did try to, make my travel plans easier so I could be there for all the events, but it just didn't happen. So unfortunately, I didn't go this year, but I will definitely be making better travel plans for next year. The first moment of Gen Beauty was the cocktail party, and it wasn't because I was there, because it was an amazing cocktail party from what I saw. But it was because I wasn't there, and it was because of Ipsy that I wasn't there, because we had been under the impression, due to an email we had first gotten from Ipsy with our tickets in it, that the cocktail party was open to pretty much anyone who was invited by Ipsy to go to the Gen Beauty event itself. So a bunch of us, it wasn't just me, a bunch of us had been under the impression that we were all invited, so we made plans to meet up at the cocktail party. A couple hours before we were supposed to go to this cocktail party, we go on to the forum because we're all talking and getting excited and things like that on the forum. And this girl posts a question about extra tickets for the cocktail party. So that was wait, there was no tickets brought up. In the original email, there was no talk of tickets or anything like that. So we were just like, what do you mean tickets? So this girl tells us that no, not everyone's invited, that you had to have tickets to get in, and that all the spaces that were open earlier in the day are now claimed by everybody and there are no spaces left. So all of us who were so excited to go to this cocktail party and we were making all these plans to meet up there had to literally change our entire night's plans because of poor planning on Ipsy's end. And that's one thing that I was so upset about, was that we had no idea. Like, they could have made those emails a lot more detailed. They could have told us about the tickets. They could have told us earlier about tickets, because we would have made sure we had tickets in time to go. Like, that, it wouldn't have been an issue if they would have just told us. But there was no warning. So we made all those plans and got so excited for this cocktail party for nothing. So our first fuck up of the trip. Well, first of all, we have this really cute cat. She's got kittens, but they ran off somewhere. We're gonna call her Flacca. She's very skinny. But anyways, we don't know how this happened, but we came outside to check out the porch and just relax, order some pizza, you know, a casual hangout. And for whatever reason, the door was locked when we closed the door, which he said he unlocked it. And I heard him, I watched him do it too, so I know he did. But for whatever reason, it's locked. So now we're locked out of our Airbnb. I had texted the lady, so we're gonna see if she gets back to us pretty quickly. Hopefully she can come in and let us in from the front. I'm assuming that would be how that would happen. Otherwise, Zach just said we have to jump this fence, walk around, and go back around the front. Which I don't feel like doing because I don't feel like getting shot up on the block today. So we're not gonna do that until we absolutely have to, which I'm hoping is not the case. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day, and it is currently 5:24 in the morning. I really couldn't sleep any longer, so I decided to go ahead and wake up, just because I think we're gonna try to shoot to go to that bagel meetup today before we head to the actual convention center for Generation Beauty, which I'm so happy and thrilled that it's finally essentially here. I cannot wait to get there and meet all of you guys, all of my friends who I've made on the Ipsy forum. I met so many people on there, so many amazing people who I just cannot wait to see and work with in the future. So with that being said, I am currently curling my hair. I was gonna straighten it, but I feel like I always straighten my hair, and this is a pretty big event, so I really want to do something other than just straightening my hair, something out of the normal, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to beat my face to the gods. And so yeah, Zach is in the shower getting ready to get himself all done up. So the next morning, I wake up in a much better mood than I was the night before because of that whole fuckery. But it is now Gen Beauty day 1. So I am so excited to get up and get started that I wake up at 5 in the morning and start getting ready. I'm not even kidding. I was up, and I woke up Zach too. Poor Zach was like half asleep. I woke him up too because I was getting ready. And I just was so excited to get out the door because we had a meetup actually that was supposed to be at 8:30, but we didn't get there till 9 o'clock in the morning because of the taxi, which is a whole nother part of this whole trip that I'll get into later on. So we get to the bagel store, meet up with a bunch of you beautiful beauty vloggers. If you're all watching this, hi, love you guys. We had an amazing time there meeting new people. I had pictures with people and selfies with people. It was an amazing time. And we ended up walking from the bagel store to Gen Beauty, which I will put a clip of right now. We're going to get our badges now and get in line. So I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. There was actually early registration the day before, which was actually right before the cocktail party, but because we had traveled all day Friday, I was so done with traveling in and around the city, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we're gonna go the same day and get our registration done then. But there was no line, so I was actually very happy that we went that morning and got things done. However, got our passes. Zach got his attendee one, I got my beauty creator one. When I got this in my hand, it made the entire day that much more real for me because I was still in a blur from meeting like the YouTubers and going to my first meetup and doing all that kind of thing. This was what made it real for me, was that I was getting my actual beauty creator badge. So this I am forever saving. So we're about to go in, and we're actually going to meet up with the other Ipsy girls by the Ipsy area, but we're going to wait a little bit longer just because it's going to be swarmed with people in like 2 minutes. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to meet everybody. We're excited. Ipsy 2016. Let's do it. don't wear heels because you're going to kill yourself in those fucking things, because by, I want to say noon, 1:30, so we'd been there for like an hour or two already. By noon 1:30, I saw two girls walking around barefoot, holding their heels, and then I saw two girls change from heels to flip-flops because it was obviously too much for them. Not only are you walking a lot, you are standing in line for times that can be sometimes in excess of an hour at a time for each booth. So please, I know you want to, look cute as fuck wearing your little heels. If you do one thing for yourself while you're there, please do not put yourself in heels and subject yourself to that much pain, because it's going to hurt after a while. Tip number 2, don't wear anything long-sleeved or thick in material because you're going to kill yourself from heat exhaustion. When I was in the Too Faced line, I looked over and watched this girl sit down on the ground and throw up from heat exhaustion. Her face was red. She was sweating profusely. It was really, really hot. People were using their little card, like these things, to fan themselves. It was so hot. They were so desperate for air. So don't depend on the venue to have good air conditioning, especially when there are thousands upon thousands of people in that same venue area that you are in. Not to mention, it was also summer. So we were in a metal building. Metal buildings get pretty hot pretty quickly. So if you are going to wear something long sleeved, or if you've already have an outfit that you really want to wear, at least bring a change of clothes, because you're definitely going to want to change into them. Bring something airy, something, shorter or whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's coochie shorts. I don't give a shit. It's worth it when you're in that freaking venue. It is so, so hot, especially around all those people. Also, tip number 3, bring gum, because people have some dragon-ass breath and you don't want to be one of them. Tip number 4, bring bottled water if you can. I brought in water and I'm so glad I did, because there are trucks outside sometimes. There are trucks outside you can buy food and drinks from, but you have to walk all the way outside to walk all the way back inside, and chances are they're going to be pretty expensive. So I brought in water. Bring in snacks if you want to. I saw some girls with like little light chips or fruit or whatever. Bring snacks and water, because you're going to get hot and you're going to get hungry. Sorry if this video is really long as it is, but I wanted to kind of just interject to show you guys a couple of the things I got, just to make this a little bit more interesting in some parts of it. So the first thing I got was obviously my badge, but it also came with a lanyard. So I now have 2 lanyards to use. I have this one from Ipsy and then this one from Ofra Cosmetics that they passed out. I went to the Tarte line and they were passing out full-size bottles of their Tarteist Lash Paint Mascara. As soon as those doors opened, people ran their asses to either Benefit's booth or the Too Faced booth. And I have to admit, I was kind of giggling because the people in the Benefit line, they were running for literally a little sample of the new brow product. But I'm so glad I ran to the Too Faced one, because Too Faced was color matching you, and they were also passing out the brand new Born This Way concealer to everybody. So that, to me, that was worth running for. Also from Ofra, I got 2 liquid lipsticks. One is in Harlem and one is in Pasadena. And while I was in line waiting to get through the line, and luckily we were pretty close to the front of the line already to get through quickly, but these 2 girls had just walked over from the NYX booth and they were very, very excited about their gifts from NYX. So I was trying to listen and see what they had gotten, but I really couldn't. But from what they were saying, NYX was giving out 2 products that were not yet released to the public as of Saturday. I'm not sure if they're released now. They might be released now, but they were not released as of Saturday, so it was very exciting. So we ran from Ofra all the way over to the NYX line, got in line, and the first thing we got was in this cute little lip-shaped goodie bag, like makeup bag thing. It says, follow me to #NYXGenBeauty. Very, very cute. And inside was this thing. So this is supposedly a highlighter. However, this color was not the color I was hoping for, because I'd seen a couple of the girls who had gone before me got a highlighter in kind of this shade and it looked gorgeous, and I was hoping and praying I was gonna get something like that. Instead, they gave me this brick red thing. Like, this is not a highlighter. I have it swatched right here. This is a blush, and there really isn't any shimmer to it. I mean, even in the sun, there's a little bit of a sheen, but it's not a highlighter sheen. So I really wouldn't market this brick red one as a highlighter per se. It's more of a really easy to blend blush. So I won't be using it as a highlighter, obviously, but as a blush, I could probably pull it off pretty easily. So this was the first thing you got. But the second thing you got and the last thing you got was this full-size palette. This is the Love Contours All palette. I used this for my entire face today when it came to eyeshadows, highlight, contour shades. Comes with a huge mirror, full-size mirror, but also some very, very, very gorgeous colors. You have 4 contour shades, one for pretty much any skin tone to be able to use. 9 eyeshadows, very pigmented, very, very pigmented eyeshadows, which is so different for me because I have never liked NYX eyeshadows, at least not the ones I used before, because they were so dry, very hard to work with. The pigmentation was off, like way, way off. There was no pigment to them. I just didn't find anything useful for those. But now these are like entirely new breeds of eyeshadows. These are such gorgeous eyeshadows. I love them so much. But it also comes with 2 very beautiful highlighters. This one is the one on my cheeks right now. It's a very beautiful natural highlight, nothing too intense. So yeah, that's what they look like right there. And I'll go ahead and swatch them right here. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. So if these are not released to the public yet, I'm sorry. I don't want you guys to get upset, but I'm hoping these will be released so I can link them down below for you guys. But this was definitely the highlight of my entire day. Actually, that's a lie. I will show you what was my highlight of the entire day. This moment right here was the highlight of my entire time in New York City. Like, this beat everything. Like, everything else that happened does not come close to this moment. So I had just walked past and talked to a couple of the girls who I had met at the bagel shop earlier in the morning, and they had told me about the supposed line that was specifically for content creators and PR people. But when I went to go find it, I couldn't see it because it was hidden. It was like way in the back behind the booths. So I didn't see it at first. So I was like, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. I'll just wait in line for Makeup Forever because it's Makeup Forever, obviously. So one of the line ladies was walking around and she noticed my badge around my neck and she's like, come with me. She grabbed me out of the line and walked me to the PR line. And I realized I couldn't see it because there was a big thing in front of it, but there was a shorter line. There was like 5 people in line and she's like, this is the line for you. As I walked over to that line, I got so many dirty looks from everybody in the longer line. I was like, I'm so sorry. However, I am so happy that they had something like that for people who are more of the content creators and PR people because they treated us like royalty. So, number one, that was amazing. I got to meet the head of PR, whose name is Nick. He was a complete sweetheart, asked for our business cards and our like professional like card thingies, gave him a couple of mine, and he sat and talked with us about things like the opportunities Makeup Forever gives its content creators and its PR people, and we were just like, oh my god, that'd be amazing. And he really took an interest to a bunch of us. So hoping any day now I get an email from Nick or someone from PR at Makeup Forever and we do go through with something that we go on their PR list. So I'm very excited about that. But as if being put into a separate line that was specifically for content creators wasn't enough, they also color matched us for both their foundations and they also let us choose a lipstick. So I chose the vampiest lipstick, obviously, that was available. So I chose the shade, what is it? C506. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out for you right now and swatch it. So this is a full-size lipstick from Makeup Forever, and it's my very first one, so it's very exciting. But this is the color I chose, because you guys know vampy lips are my thing. I live for it. So they gave us a wristband, one for the lipstick and one for a, well, I'll show you guys in a minute. But this is the lipstick I chose right here. Like I said, this one's in the shade C506, and I'll swatch it for the very first time. I've never in my life. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I'm so excited to wear this for the first time. But anyway, so that wasn't the only thing that we got. We also got this thing. This beautiful thing. This is an official Makeup Forever purse. It's a tote bag. And it feels like leather. It's faux leather, obviously, with the Makeup Forever brand thing right here and the name. Mine's already scuffed because it fell. As I was walking, I was heartbroken. But this thing is amazing. And when I got it and I walked around with it, people were like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Turns out it was for content creators only. So not everybody got it. That was amazing. Makeup Forever was the only company there who had a separate line for its PR people, which I think was outstanding, and it was an amazing idea, and it really made us feel special. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, well, that's so stupid and it's not fair to anyone else, but listen, we're the ones who are literally there to get these products to go home and review them for you guys. Like, this is what we do. This is what we do here. We get products, we haul them, we try them out in different ways and review them for you guys. So in a way, there's no reason why we shouldn't have our own line. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't have a separate line from everybody else, because everyone else is there is just going for the experience. We're going to get these products to review for these companies. So they were the only ones who did that, and I really wish that the other companies would have had somebody like Nick, who was at Makeup Forever's booth, who was there because he was PR. I wish they had someone there who was strictly for the content creators, because he really took the time to talk to us about the brand and what their PR program consists of and what the expectations are and what they expect from, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much that he talked about that I really wish the other brands would have had someone like him for, you know what I mean? The worst moment that I had Gen Beauty was definitely the moment in which this bitch tells me that I'm not going to be meeting my favorite YouTuber of all time. After I've been waiting in line for an hour for the meetup, and she tells me that I'm not meeting her. Let me explain. I had waited around the Ofra booth until around 1:45, because that was when the meetup line was supposed to start. So at 1:45, a group of us had already met. We step into line, and we are so excited. It's finally time. It's coming. She's going to be here. I get to talk to her and actually like meet her and say thank you for helping me through my anxiety, because we all know like she's somebody who's been very vocal about her anxiety and how she deals with it. And I almost didn't go to Gen Beauty because of my anxiety, because I have such severe travel anxiety. However, I had watched her thank you video in which she talks briefly about her anxiety, about her being afraid of traveling to this event, but she's going anyways. And she says in that video, don't let your fear prevent you from experiencing something that could be really, really good for you. And that made me cry, because it was almost as if she was talking to me. Like, it was fate that I turned on YouTube at that moment to watch that video, because it was in that moment that I was like, I can't go. But watching that video changed it for me. So I took the time to write this letter, and I wanted to thank her personally for all her help in getting me through my anxiety. So I was so excited that I was finally going to meet Kathleen. And so I'm guessing what happens is they have shifts for the line controlling people. So the people who say which lines are open, which ones are closed. I'm assuming they work for Gen Beauty, because they all have their official Gen Beauty gear on. And the first lady we were talking to was a complete sweetheart, and she was the one who put us in this line in the first place. So she was a sweetheart, very, very personable, talking to us about her best moments as a Gen Beauty person, line person, the worst moments, like, such a sweetheart. So we all think, okay, well, you know, I guess this new person's just going to keep us here and walk us over to the meetup. So we are waiting in line, and this bitch walks over with an attitude right from the start. Like, she gives everyone dirty looks, very, very snooty, very, very rude. I couldn't deal with her. Like, I purposely ignored her at first because I didn't want to deal with people who are bitchy. I'm about to have the best moment of my life right now, meeting my favorite YouTuber. So she comes over and doesn't say anything to the other lady. They switch shifts, and now she is controlling the line. And she tells us, I'm sorry, the line for meeting Kathleen is closed. And I'm like, that's fine, because we're in line right here. Like, that's not a big deal. She's like, no, the line's over there. And she was pointing over to the line that was the Ofra line, or what we were told was the Ofra line for people who didn't want to meet Kathleen. But she says, that's the line over there. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to be rude, but we were told the line was here. And we've been waiting here for an hour. We want to meet Kathleen. Well, I'm sorry, you're not going to meet Kathleen because the line's already full. There's no more spots open. If I can fit you in, I will, but it looks like it's not going to happen. And that was it. And tears welled up in my eyes. Like, I was so upset because this lady had just sat us in this line for an hour, and we're now being told by this other bitch that that's not the line. Like, I was so confused. Like, how could you let this happen? Like, how could you have all of us wait here for an hour and then tell us, no, it's the wrong line, you can't wait there? Like, I was so upset. I was so sad because I waited and waited and waited, and finally Kathleen comes out and everyone's screaming and happy, and I'm just like, wow, like, my day is officially ruined. Like, I was so upset. So if there was one thing that really shit on my entire day, it was that stuck-up bitch and her shitty ass attitude, because she literally, I don't care about myself because I didn't pay for my ticket. Ipsy invited me personally to go, but there were people who had traveled from all over the world to meet Kathleen. There was one girl who was in line from Israel or Jerusalem or somewhere, but she had traveled thousands of miles to meet her. And that's the case for some people who were behind me in line waiting to meet Kathleen. They had traveled for hours to meet Kathleen, and now they're being told it wasn't going to happen because this bitch has a fucking shitty ass attitude and a bad day. Like, I understand it's hot. I understand it's easy to get irritable. I understand your job must be very, very hard. But the other lady put us right where we were supposed to be for this meetup, and now you're telling us that the line was not the one we're supposed to be in. And she pretty much shoved us away. She was like, no, you gotta go. You can't wait here. You gotta go. Bye. And ignored us the rest of the time. Like, we tried. Other girls tried talking to her. Like, this isn't fair. We've been waiting in line. We tried talking to anybody, but they said they couldn't do anything about it. So that was literally the shittiest moment of my entire time at Gem Beauty, was that moment dealing with that bitch and her shitty ass attitude. Overall, I mean, obviously meeting with the Makeup Forever people was amazing. That was the best moment, but that ending moment where I couldn't meet Kathleen, that really shattered me, because I really wanted to meet her, and a lot of people did too. And it just shattered us that this lady came in with, like, I would have understood if she was nicer about it, but she wasn't even nice. She was just a fucking bitch about it, like, out of nowhere. A complete cunt. I'm sorry, people hate that word. I know people get offended by it, but she was a fucking cunt to a lot of people, and it bothered me so much. I went to the front booth, the Ipsy booth. Oh, we'll try to figure something out, but we can't promise anything in a short time period. So I was like, I give up. I'm done. I didn't care. I was like, it is what it is. So it is what it is. I had an amazing time overall, but for the last few minutes, I'm going to just put the products on a table and show you guys in just a rollover clip of what I got from Gem Beauty for the rest of my goodies. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is the next day after Generation Beauty, and we decided to head home early because of what happened last night and what's continuing to happen today. You can hear the sirens in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear me that well. I can't really hear. By the way, my nails are fucking janked up because of my blue hair again. But yeah, you can hear the sirens. Like, they're desperately trying to get to the next street over. They found another pipe bomb on the same block as the first one that detonated last night. So every officer is like on their way to that area. Zach and I decided to leave early because of this, because they had road closures, and there are still road closures. Actually, look, I'll show you. You can see the bomb squad is about to go through right now. I don't know if I can zoom in here. Yeah, right there. That's the bomb squad for New York Police Department. So they found another one. Just being here, this is intense. This is so intense for me. And it's mind-boggling that this is happening while I'm here. And it's just like everyone's going about their day like nothing happened. But I can't tell you how scared I was this morning on the way here. Like, I was considering just, oh my god, here they come. This is insanity, guys. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I can't wait to be home with my husband and my dog. This is a lot for me because I have travel anxiety to begin with. So, and if you hear someone talking in the background, it's Zach vlogging right now too. But for me, I have travel anxiety to begin with. So when things like this happen, it creates even more anxiety for me that it's hard for me to really handle. So as of right now, my heart is racing because I feel so uneasy being here. But it's so weird seeing all these people who are here every single day. Obviously, when you're here every day, it's kind of like one of those things where you kind of get used to the environment or whatever. I understand I'm from West Palm Beach, and every day in West Palm Beach we wake up to another murder here, murder there. It's something you're just used to, but you're aware of things, you know? So, but here it's obviously the same thing. People are just more aware, and they're just, it's my heart aches for these people, and I pray to God that they find whoever is responsible for this fuckery and that it's done with, because they keep finding bomb after bomb after bomb. We have 4 already today, just this morning, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. 4. So I'm at the point now where I'm trying to remain calm as I possibly can be, just because, but when you have anxiety like I do when it comes to traveling, it's kind of hard to bring yourself down to a level where you can just, you know, clear your head and not think about it when it's all around you, it's all you can think about and you're surrounded by it. So I will let you guys know when we're on the bus, but yeah, so